Saved. Okay, good. 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 Pop out. Pause. Pop out. We do this. We do this. We do this. Alrighty. We're going to be expanding our brain with Zoro today. I need to find a Zoro list that I want to play. Do I just play... Bum, 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 bum. What do we have? What do we have? Absolutely not that one. I think this one is probably best. Customize the deck. Name the deck. Make the deck active. Play the deck. Oh, I didn't see what my starting ELO was. 1766. Okay. I think we're going to tank our ELO today, but that's fine. Nine-year mod anniversary, Mad Captain. Thanks so much for your continual modding support. I really appreciate it. Thank you. How's everybody doing today? Did everybody have a good weekend? Hope everybody had a good weekend. Hey Jack, what do you know about Reg M-B asking for someone who might be going to a tournament to get a Pikachu? I have no idea what's going on in champs right now. What do we got? New megas and stuff? Max Roberts, how you doing? The most frustrating deck in the TCG. Hasjan, thanks so much for the Prime sub. Really appreciate it. Hello there, welcome. Welcome in here. Hope you're doing well today. We've got a dreadful hand. We've got a dreadful hand. Sure, Jack's going to go and play and get a Pikachu. Well, I have plans on Sunday already, which is awkward because I Are they only this weekend or are they next weekend as well? Obviously, I have some plans to go and see some friends Worlds weekend, and I have plans this upcoming Sunday. So I think I can only play in one of those tournaments on Saturday, which isn't going to be which obviously doesn't really help. Doing all right. I'm doing good, thank you, Halcyon. I'm doing good. Hope you had a good weekend. Not making the trip over to San Fran? No, I'm not at Worlds this year, unfortunately. Joe's representing the Omnipoke contingent. I will, instead be chilling out, watching Worlds from home with some friends this year. Yeah, I don't think we win this game, do we? I don't think we win this game. This was just the deck I was hoping to watch you play. Fell Story, how you doing? Welcome in here. Zoroark and Drawing the Absolute Cheeks, my favourite duo. Yes. Yes. Mr. The Colour, welcome. Results of the tournaments of Doom yesterday was interesting. Yeah, we can take a look at those later on. Actually, should we take a look at? We'll play a little bit of this for a while, and then we will take a look at some tournament Doom results. I don't even know what to do here. We need to deal with this Rabska. I don't know why the Decklists command isn't working for you, Snug. Let me see if it's working here. It is, okay. There you go. I don't know why it's not working for you. I should have flipped first. now want to pay retreat on this first. So I need to stretcher, pay retreat. I think I'd go into the Darumaka. Because we can always get the Darumaka back with tomes later on anyway. I need to save the Ends Castle for when we red card next turn. It's going to be tough. This deck is the anime Charizard for you. Logan, how you doing? Welcome in here. Right, let me close that. Yeah, I feel like we're not going to do much for our Elo this stream. Greninja TCG, welcome. We can just concede this one, right? We're out of here. I know people want to watch me play Zoro, but actually, should we start by taking a look at some Tournament of Doom results? I'll play one more game of Zoro, and then we'll look at some Tournament of Doom results. Because yeah, I've heard some crazy things happened. Does the Pokemon Digital client hurt the local competitive scene in local game stores? No, I think the opposite. I think hold on. The music's too loud for me to be able to get my thoughts straight. So yeah, does the Pokemon Digital client hurt the local competitive scene in local game stores? No, I don't think so. I think it actually does the opposite. I think it helps because I think it's kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? Where I think more people that play, like the more people that play, the more people that then look for more people that play. So if you find that you're playing a lot online and then you see a load of people like you find out that there's a local meetup, you maybe then go and play with them instead. I think it benefits areas that don't have a local scene, but it also helps boost that local scene as well, because you get to then like you don't just have to go and meet up with your friends to be able to play. You get to play outside of just meeting and playing with your friends, but also it gives you a way of being able to play with your friends outside of locals at the same time. So yeah, I think it does benefit it, because also like again the way like the codes and stuff work and like stuff like that, I just feel like the more people that play, the more people want to play. So having more ways to play, I think it just naturally increases the amount of people that play the game anyway. I'm going for Lily here. This is a really good hand. Really, really good hand. I think I will attach. It gives an easy entry point because the client is so generous. Yeah, so it's also like a good way of just learning the game. And also, like, it's a it's pretty intimidating going to a locals, right? If you've never played a TCG or anything, I've just moved house, and it was pretty intimidating still going to a new locals, even though I've been playing the game for 15 years. So it's still intimidating to go. So I think it serves as a way of like it's a layer of it's a way of like not being too worried about the learning of the game as well. If you go to a locals and you already know the game, you feel a lot more confident than if you're going to locals to learn the game as well. So I think it's a really good entry point. Locana has a digital client coming soon, and a little worry about the local competitive scene. I don't think it will change. I think if anything, you'll start seeing more people playing. It's really interesting you've mentioned about the Locana digital client, because actually I've thought about playing more. I've thought about learning Locana again because there's a digital client, and if I started to learn the digital client and got playing, I would then look for a locals to go to. So yeah, I completely get what you're saying, but I think it will have the opposite effect. I think if the game is good, ultimately the driver will be whether the game is good or not. And if the game is good, having more spaces to play the game will always increase the overall like scope of the game, right? So yeah, I'm hopeful that it will help improve it for sure. I prefer playing in person, to be honest. That's only because I heavily dislike the digital client. There's also that I much prefer playing in person as well. So there is also that aspect too. I'd forgotten how much I enjoy playing IRL until I have started going back to locals. But playing IRL is just so much fun. I don't know whether we're going to need sniping here. We're probably not, so I could probably get rid of the Darmanitan. Got stretches anyway. Most people also generally enjoy interaction with other people doing the thing they enjoy, so I know very few people that solely grind live and only play CP events. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Likes to bully the players from any division. Oh, interesting. We could have tomed and evolved. Interesting. We could have tomed and evolved. I've now made the music too quiet. LGS the third space for most people to play the game. Yeah. Yeah, there was some interesting Lorcana stuff came out over the weekend about like a new client and stuff, which is really cool. I know Lorcana's also being plagued by scalper issues right now. It's unfortunately not just the Pokemon TCG that's being held hostage around that stuff. But yeah, does anyone else play Lorcana? Do we have anyone who's tried any Lorcana in the chat? I learnt the game when the game first came out with a friend, but he took it a little bit more seriously than I did and like played a few tournaments. Whereas I learnt the game and then just didn't. I wasn't that good at it. I'm I'm super duper like Pokemon and Hearthstone pilled, in that I can only play those games. But like any interaction on my opponent's turn, I really struggle with. Any games that like Yu-Gi-Oh used to blow my mind. I had a friend that used to play Yu-Gi-Oh! It used to blow my mind. Anytime there's interaction with other players, I just generally suck at that kind of stuff. So, yeah. Have we already binned one boss? We have. We can't bin another one. The castle probably has to go. Tome could go. But we're putting Petch down anyway, so I think castle can go. We've got stretchers for Zekrom, so that's fine. Ultra Ball is basically what I was looking for, which is good. We can Tatsu. We can bin off the Tatsu. We can even Tome into the Tatsu, but I don't think we need to do that. We're going to have to Tome an attacker out anyway, so... Wait, we still don't have enough Dark Energy. Oh, but we will. Wait, no we won't. Because we can't retreat. So it's actually Dark Energy we're missing here. Yeah, we still can't attack because we don't have Dark. Mm. 116, 180, 200, 220. I think we just hold again. I have some friends who play it, but I'm super poke pill. Don't want to spend time on your brain power games, not Pokemon. You came to Pokemon from Magic. I haven't. I've played like a handful of games of Commander, but I've never played Magic properly. The only two games I've ever played properly are Hearthstone and Pokemon. Does Tomes into the new room retreat remove the retreat lock effect? No, it doesn't. Unfortunately, it does not. Play a ton of Hearthstone from 2014 to 16. Yeah, I played quite a lot. Like, I think it was like 2015 I started through to like 2020-ish. It was about 2020 when I stopped properly. I think I'm just Gust KOing the Teal Mask, right? Pretty sure I'm just Gust KOing the Teal Mask. Yeah, I considered playing Riftbound. I did consider that one. I kind of don't want to put this Fez down. We are probably going to get stamped, though. But maybe that's fine. Do we want to let them have Area 0? What do they get rid of if we bounce the stadium? I think we keep the stadium up. I don't think we're that scared of the stadium. I don't think we're that scared of the stadium. I spent a dime on stand lately, maybe because Drive still broken. It's very deck. Also, extra on a festival league were dirt cheap, talking no more than $1 or $2 per card. Yeah, that's nice. Really wanted to get rid of Riftbound, but couldn't get any product and origin set release inside. Not to chase that one. Yeah, I got a couple of boxes of like the second or third set. But yeah, I just really struggle with games where there's like a stack and an extra interaction layer. Essentially, Pokemon is baby brained enough for me to not struggle with it. I can't play the complicated games. I can only play the simple games. That's what it is. Friend told me Riftbound decks are like 400. I had this conversation at the weekend with a couple of friends about how cheap Pokemon is compared to other games, and like, do you remember when Lele's and Shaymins and stuff used to be like $25, $30 each? Crazy. We did get stamped. We did get KO'd, wow. But we did also get a basic energy card, which is good. Using Tropical Beach back in the day. Yeah, that was another one that cost a boatload. You bought Lele's at $30 a copy and then proceeded to play with them once. Yeah. Yeah. That's the way it was. This seems bad. This seems pretty bad. We lose to 2 grass energy, and they probably have that quite easily. I don't know there's a whole lot we can do about it. We do have red card, that's good. They are going to draw 5 cards, though. I definitely need to change this list. I don't like this list. This was not the list that I was... It's not the list that I thought it was. Oh, well, let's see if we lose to... Oh, I didn't. Red card. Whoops. Pokemon's been better at not printing absurdly staple cards at high rarity. This is true. If anything, lately we've had terrible cards at high rarity. Alrighty, should we take a look at some tournament results? Let's take a look at some tournament results. We want to take a look at Limitless, right? Completed tournaments. Worlds of Doom. Why can't it find... Huh? Why doesn't this work? Why is this not working? Why can't I see... Let me close some stuff. Minimize that. Hello? Why won't this work? I just can't select. Aha. So now it works. Okay, sure, whatever. Whatever. I don't really understand. Okay, Tournament of Doom. Tournament of Doom. So, let me understand first how this worked. Are you pro Diana? I don't see the lines for it usually, but it could be bad. I think it's really important for some of the I think it's really important for some of the like one prize decks. And I always think it's pretty important, or it can be pretty important for Excadrill. But I think there is a world where you can cut it and cut the tomes and get like 6 cards back, which is obviously really, really good. Now why is my music not working? Oh, today has just not been the day. Why is the music not working? Why is the music not working? Can we look at day 1 first? We can indeed. I need to understand. So how did the tournament work? How did the tournament work? Tournament completed. Worlds of Doom day 1. So essentially it was a 2-day tournament where it was the same as a regional, right? So day 1, anyone could play. Day 2, you had to have 16 match points or above to make day 2. Yeah. So day 1 was... Okay, yeah. So day one was an anybody can enter. Anybody can enter 16 points to make day 2. Records do not carry over. Okay. Yeah. Swiss round best of 3 70 minute best of 3. Why 70 minutes? That's crazy. I would have thought it would be more likely to be less time because on live actions are quicker. Anyway, don't need to worry about that. So yeah, 70, and then the cool playmat for winning. Nice. So 8 rounds to try and make day 2, and you had to have a 5-2-1 record. Okay. Metagame. What did we have metagame wise? Some players had a day one buy. Okay, how did you get a day one buy? How were you fortunate enough to get a day one buy? Or maybe not even fortunate enough. Maybe skilled enough. Is that like from the Tournament of Doom tournaments throughout the year? I have to assume. So, 15% Dragapult. That's actually... Oh, okay. I was going to say that's pretty low, but they haven't lumped the Dragapults. Okay. So, 15% straight Dragapult, 8% Dragablaziken, 5% Dragadusk. So, it's actually 16%. So, that's 24, 24.1, 26.1, 26.4... 27.3% Blaziken. So we had 27.4% Blaziken. No, 27. Hold on. 16-ish. 24.1. 26.1. 26.4. 27.3. 27.3% Blaziken. Okay. 27.3% Blaziken. Zoroark second most popular. Excadrill third. Festival fourth. Slowking fifth. Alakazam Grim. Raging Bolt. Delmise. Or Hide and Sneak. And Basic Box. Okay. So what we're expecting is like our top 10 decks realistically for Worlds, right? It's going to be Dragapult variants, Zoro, Excadrill, Festival Lead, Slowking, Alakazam, Grim, slop boxes. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hide and Sneak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so these probably are going to be like our top 10 decks. That's pretty standard. Obviously, all the slops kind of merge into one a little bit. So that's 2.6, 2.8, 2.7. That's 5.5. Another 6.5 there. 6.5 for basic boxes is quite low, actually. Can you see me play something from other? Yes, of course. This is Hide and Sneak, of course. I can play some Hide and Sneak. Thanks, Mad Captain. I will happily do that. Okay, so yeah, that's the kind of metagame we're expecting, right? Close to 30% Dragapult, and then sub 8% for everything else. So 7's for Zoro, 7-ish for Excadrill, 6 for Festival Lead, 6 for Slowking. I think these numbers represent the meta pretty accurately. So what actually did well? Oscar Allen was our only 8-0. Playing a pretty bog standard Dragadusk build. No candies, instead playing the hammers and playing a handheld fan. Okay, nothing too crazy there. Second place was a Zoro. Perhaps this will be the list we switch to in a minute. Playing a Babiri Berry. Looks like the Gumi 60. Oh, the Dragadunts. That actually looks like a Noodle for Neddy list. Where like I don't see any of these lists that these good people make. Where do these lists get posted? Are they in their meta files? Is that why I don't see them? Because I'm not part of the meta files? Limit us at NAIC. Yeah, true. That did look like his limitless. That did look like his NAIC list. Thinking about it. Okay, we'll update to this Zoro list when we go back to Zoro a little bit later on. Alrighty. Mr. Pedro Eugenio Torres, one of my favourite people in the whole entire world, actually played this tournament. Did pretty well. The Burberry is a Tord guide card. Interesting. Interesting. So, yeah, this is a really interesting Excadrill list, and I know there's another one we're going to look at a little bit later on as well. Playing against it as drill, it works. Yeah, I can see it working. A lot of the drills seem to have gone the Zac Lesage route of Quad Jumbo, Hero's Cape. A lot of them are dropping boss or going to low boss. And basically just saying, I'm never going to boss stuff out of the way. I'm just going to heal out of range of everything and just take out whatever's in the active. Which I get. But boss is boss. And I don't like playing without boss. So maybe I'm just behind the times, but boss is boss. Boss feels important. Obviously, playing the cape, you have to play the full poffins, all that good stuff. Let's see if... did the Zoro play against any Excadrills? They did beat an Excadrill. Nice. How do you find Genesect 1 Ultra? Yeah, I guess cool for family as well, right? But, yeah. Second Zoro list. This is closer to Liam Halliburton's, right? He played the Drapion stuff. That's fair. I just felt fine healing myself and smacking to the active and Skarmory Fez sniping. My issue with Skarmory is I just hate starting it. It's like so bad if you start it right. So this Zoro list. Yeah, this is closer to Liam's. Not playing the Darm stuff, instead playing a Drapion package where you can poison them instead. You can paralyze them instead. In combination with like a red card. I don't know what in particular the Drapion's trying to trap active, but I guess it's similar to Yveltal in that you're just trying to buy some turns. You can then monkey all the damage off, which is quite cool. You can paralyze, like you can poison paralyze to 70 for yourself, and then monkey all the damage off and like continually paralyze them. So that's quite cool. We had a Mega Lucario on day one do pretty well. Is this the hammers build? No, it's no hammers. What on earth does this card do? Okay. This played Shadowy Sidekick, which is interesting. Triple Grav. So yeah, this isn't playing the hammers that we tried last week. Let me remind myself of what other cards were in that. So yeah, that played Unfair Stamp. This plays Wally. The hammers felt pretty important. That guy could work against Festival Lead. Okay, yeah. Jack pulled that this is interesting line. When I don't know what something means, it is therefore interesting. That's all I can say. It's the only insight I can give if I don't understand. Do you think Babiri Berry will catch on? If it does, the Excadrill should just start playing. They should just start playing Scrapper, right? How do you find Scrapper if you don't have? I guess you can petrol for Scrapper, which is fine. Petrol for Scrapper. I think if Babiri Berry does catch on, I don't know whether it will catch on, but if it does, if there's a lot of decks already running Cape anyway, I can definitely see Excadrill just starting to play Scrapper to start getting more use out of Scrapper, more value out of Scrapper. Is Joe your shadowy sidekick? He could be. He does like to stay in the shadows. He's not a fan of the sun, that man. There's a Typhlosion do well. There was a Typhlosion that did well right here. How are we beating Dragapult with this deck? It's just Battle Cages by the looks of it. We're just saying we will Battle Cage our way through. Did they beat any Dragapults? They played against 2 and they beat 1, tied 1. Their round 1 opponent was Mega Venusaur. How mad would you be if you're round 1 playing Mega Venusaur is if you're round 1 playing Mega Venusaur is Ethan's Typhlosion. That's hilarious. I'd be fuming. Any other names? Any other decks we wanna take a look at? I've been looking at names. I should be looking at decks. Let's see what attackers this Slowking used. They had 1 Zoroark, 1 Annihilate, 1 Metagross, 1 Spectria, and 2 Kyurem. They played the Spectria. Interesting. Playing only 2 Kang. Scrap needs to come in. Oh, 1 drop makes sense. Do not look at the 2/3 drop Excadrills. So I'd say something else to do. What do you think is the best way to play Mega Lucario right now? I think the build I played last week, the Hammers build, was pretty good. So I'd probably be playing like Hammers and Unfair Stamp. That seemed pretty decent when I played it last week. Yeah, I really like Zoroark. Annihilate's weird because it helps deal with the Excadrills, but it's just you have to use it when you're like either to close the game or because you're quite far ahead. Because obviously they can just then boss your other Slowking because you've knocked out your first Slowking. So it's a weird one, but it might be necessary the more Excadrill gets popular. It might become more and more necessary. I don't hate the 1 Metagross in this format, but it is a little bit risky. But you do have Annihilate to help with that as well. Certain Rodent made top 4 with certain... Yeah, I did see that. We'll take a look at that shortly. Any other interesting lists? What was our highest basic box here? Owen Shrimpy. Okay, this is just super similar to the JCS winner. With the prisms and the grass, the teal mask engine. And the patches. Okay. 2 bolts in top 32. We'll take a look at a bolt. Got the Iron Crown in here. Doesn't have the leaves or the boulder. I don't think the boulder's good. I think the leaves and the crown are good. I think the leaves and the crown are necessary. I just think the boulder's not... I don't think the boulder's worth it. No, where was the second? This one here. This one also played the crown. What do you use crown for? So crown's really good at taking out like 2 Applins or Applin Relor or whatever against Festival, because it goes through all effects. The damage of Twin Shottles goes through all effects, so it means it gets around Shaman. So it means you can take like double Apple out even if they have Shaman or Rabs go down, which is really nice. Similarly, you can take out multiple Abra, which is good. You take out multiple Abras. So yeah, it's pretty nice. Plus also it's like half decent setup damage in a couple of weird spots as well, but most of the time it's just for the stage the single prizes. I wanted to look at the highest placing sneak. How did this highest placing sneak play? There's a Spiritomb build. Didn't run 16 sneakers, that's crazy. Did run red card. Only playing 15 sneakers while playing the Spiritomb build is mind-boggling to me. Was the second highest placing one in a Spiritomb build as well? Yes, it was. Wow, we really underrated Spiritomb. We thought Spiritomb was going to be like mid. I think we rated it like a 2. And yet seemingly it's been the best build so far. This is much closer to the second place Japan Championships list. 4 Gwyn over 4 Lilies. Slightly different to what we usually see. But other than that, looks pretty standard to me. Glad Shaman's catching on. Shaman's really good in the deck. Have we had any unknowns yet? What was our highest place? We haven't had an unknown yet. That oh, we looked at our highest placing unknown, didn't we? It was just the... Yeah, wait, does that mean no unknown decks? Metagame. Other. No other decks made day 2. You said there was some 2-3 drop Excadrills, Mr. Soda King. Some Excadrills that went 2-3 drop. That's probably going to be easier to do it this way. Ah, I see. I see why we didn't want to look at the 2-3 drop Excadrills. How come we had a Beldum split in here, Mr. Soda King? What was the Beldum split in here for? What's the optimal Beldum split? Okay, so that was day 1. Day 2, people say Noon is better, but the old one kills Applin. I see. Interesting. Yeah, it does 3 for 50, right? Okay. So yeah, this one you only got in if you qualified for... qualified by getting 16 points or above on the previous tournament, right? On the previous day. So this is essentially Worlds Day 2. What do we got here? Okay, Dragapult jumps to 21, 30, 39, 40, 41, 42%. 42% meta share. Meta share. Draga Blaziken has the highest win rate of the Dragapults. I played that deck all weekend and I hated every minute of it. 40% Dragapult. So the previous tournament had 30% Dragapult. This one has 40%. What do we think is... Where do we think it's going to be more likely at Worlds? Do we think Dragapult is going to hit 30% or 40%? $40? You think 40, Logan? Surprised if it's below 40? You think Pult will be 50%? You think 50% of the people in that room will be playing Pult? $40 to $45. Mad Captain loves Dragapult. Okay, so that's crazy. 40 to 45% Dragapult. None of the images are loading. Okay, we can't do a tier list. None of the images are loading. I take the other way around. I do see 60% of people playing something else, so your answer is no. I genuinely think any player worth their salt will be playing a deck that counters Pult, so that could push it down. What is exclusive, so there's no day 1 Andy's just messing around with the Iron Thorns Bastion deck or whatever. Did we have any others in this? Wow, we had no others. Yeah, okay, so no one was playing something janky here. Jank 1. Oh, there was a Typhlosion. You're right. There is a Typhlosion. But again, at least that's... Well, yeah, okay, fine. There's a Marnie's Grimmsnarl without Frostlass. Marnie's Grimmsnarl Dusknoir. Wild. Okay, so 40% Blaziken, 40% Dragapult, 7% Excadrill, 7% Slow, or 8% Extra, 7% Slowking, 7% Zoro, Festival lead, Raging Walk, basic book. So again, pretty similar. Crustle a bit more popular. Delmi's a bit less popular. Decent amount of Lucario. A Typhlosion player 100% lost a bet and had to play a deck. Jank 1. Okay, so yeah, let's see the standings. So yes, you are reading that right. Our Believer, Teal Mask, Meganium did win the overall tournament. Our Believer, Teal Mask, Meganium did win the overall tournament. And this list has like nothing special, right? This is super close to that list that we first saw out of post-rotation Japan. Super close to the first list out of post-rotation Japan. Does Shaman stop the olives? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Wait, it doesn't? It should do, right? Why doesn't Shaman stop Sap? Huh? Really? Choose one of your opponent's Pokemon 6 times. For each time you choose that Pokemon, deal 20 damage to it. It should do. Okay, yeah. So Oil Salvo is stopped by Shaman. Look, you can look at the, you can see when rotation happened. It was right here. Right here. Yeah, this list is like super similar to the original post-rotation Japan list. I can't remember card for card, but it's very, very close. Problems over flying it. Isn't less than 5% will be decided to play Jank for Worlds, and you split the rest of playing Dragapult trying to beat it. Honestly, pretty much. Maybe like 10%. But yeah, it's pretty much play Dragapult or beat Dragapult, right? And if you actually look at the meta game, you've got Dragapult, deck that's good into Dragapult, deck that's good into Dragapult, deck that's good into Dragapult. The first deck that I don't think is super favored into Dragapult is Festival Lead. I don't think Slowking's like super favored, but it's pretty good. Excadrill and Zoro obviously favored. So the first deck that's actually not a Dragapult counter is 6% of the field. So already that's 20, 29, 38, 45, 52, 60, with all the percentages, 60, 52. Yeah, 60 odd percent already is decks that are playing Dragapult or trying to beat Dragapult, and that's effectively 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 decks. So yeah, I think you're pretty much spot on. Lost to a Zoro, or beat a Zoro in the final. Again, looks pretty similar to the one we said we were going to try after this. Perhaps we'll try this one actually. It might even be the same list. Playing that Babiri Berry. Would have been pretty funny to see Babiri Berry against Excadrill in the final to see whether it would have done enough. But yeah, again, nothing too crazy there. Azul's Mega Excadrill made third. It plays 4 Brock and 4 Petrol. That's pretty crazy. No boss is kind of mental. IMO. No Kieran is also kind of crazy, I think. The random gear is weird. The one Ultra Ball is, I guess, fine with Brock. But in general, I don't know. I think I would really want to play boss still, but yeah. No boss was ever needed because he was sniping with Fez. Well, there is that. Fez and Skarmory do help, for sure, when you don't play boss. They give you options. Natalie said you want to play either 0 or 4 boss. That made sense to me. Yeah. I don't want to play 4. But clearly you can play 0. And then we had our first Dragapult, which is a straight Dragapult in top 4. Played a Judge, Hammers, played Cape A spec. Only one red card, but played the Judge, so that's kind of fine. No fire type tech, which is interesting. Three Night Stretcher I like. Yeah, pretty standard list. What do you think of Azul's list? I mean, clearly it works. In my head, it doesn't make sense that no boss works, but clearly it works. I'm also not the biggest fan of Skarmory, but again, clearly Skarmory plus Fez is good enough to not need to play boss. Yeah, clearly you can get away with playing no boss. It just doesn't it just doesn't really compute in my head that seems that's right. But clearly it's fine. So yeah. I think because I'm not a huge fan of Skarmory, that's why the no boss thing feels weird to me. But yeah, it clearly works. And in all fairness, you can just KO anything in the active most of the time. So the only thing I don't like, the only thing that I really don't like that they're not playing is the Kieran. Just because Kieran really helps in the mirror, I think. Boss is pretty useless against Pulp, which might be the main reason. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Like I say, the biggest thing for me is I'm more curious about the lack of Kieran than the lack of boss, I think. Because Kieran to me I think is really important in the mirror. But yeah. Draga Blaze. Triple Candy I like. Like I say, I played some Draga Blaze at the weekend. Thoroughly hated it. These 3 Candy, I think I played 3 Stretcher, they played 3 Candy. We are going to be playing some Dragapult this week, I'm afraid. We are going to be playing some Dragapult later on this week. We got a Crustle that made Yo! Kieran seems better than Boss in the deck from what I've seen and played. Yeah, I think so. Hello. Hello. This is a Mega Manetric. Look, it's Jack's next stream deck. Kieran, I'm kind of between. I like it for Mirror, but the physical switch card is nice for Petrol. Can help getting into Cool Family early or more easily get into Scam late. I think I'd play one of each. I can see the map in the mirror for the no boss build. I mean, this looks boring as hell, right? We've got evolution blocking, we've got basic blocking, we've got crustal. Why are we talking about why are we talking about extra drill as a Mega Man on screen? Exactly. This is a lot of manual attachments. Yes, it is. That's what crustal does these days. Am I wrong for thinking if I was playing this deck, I would want to play a Salvatore? Surprised this isn't a Joltik deck. You know a deck's good when it wants to play Salvatore. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me that we saw a little bit of a little bit more crustal in day 2. It lost to Azul. It still lost to Azul. It lost to a Drago Blaze and it lost to Azul. Interesting. Go first. Leave his Fez into a bench evolving basic. They KO your Fez. You get the first punch on their drill, so you win the drill or finish the game. Change deck for the last 2. You could play some Crusty Man. I could play some Crust later on, but I sounds boring. We've got a Lucario Hariyama. This is obviously a not a Dunsparce build. Nothing too crazy. I do like Stamp. I'm just not sure whether Mega Lucario can compete with Dragapult without hammers. What Festival's looking like right now? There's this Find a Friend Applin that people are playing that blows my mind. 3/3 dip, 2/2 Goldeen. I quite like that. No Shaman is an absolute statement. Did you say Lucario Hammers? I did indeed say Lucario Hammers. No shaming is a statement. Oh, they have forest. You're right. Okay. I mean, sure, but also sometimes you need shaming on turn 2. Like if you go second against a if you go second against a Slowking, that means you need to find Relor Rabska Forest on turn 1, otherwise. No shaming is White Olives 1. Yeah, this is also only playing 3 Grookey, but playing 4 Wacky. What is this list? 3 Ultra Ball. I like. 3 Air Balloon. Yeah, this is Josh Frink's list. This list just folds to Slowking, right? It is at least not playing the bug catching set, so it is allowed to play the Applin, the Find a Friend Applin. I hadn't spotted there was no bug catching set, so that's allowed. Yeah, I think no shaving. I think no shaving is brave in this format. I think it's very brave. Okay, any other lists we want to take a look at, chat, before we head back to some gameplay? Any other lists we want to take a look at? I imagine there weren't too many people that played in this tournament because we're quite close to Worlds. Obviously, Azul's not playing Worlds, so probably felt comfortable just playing, getting some reps in for his teammates. So scared to remove bug catching sets. Have to find them so helpful. I think they can be very good. No Greninja. There was no Greninja. Kang booths. How well did the Delmisers do? The Delmisers did not do well. Spiritomb build. You didn't have to. You can't have. You didn't have to play the same deck day 2, did you? You didn't have to play the same deck day 2. Interesting stuff. Okay, so what have we learned? We've learned the honestly Dragapult is going to be probably 40% of World's minimum. We've learned that you can do well if you dodge and weave Slowking. What was the highest placing Slowking? 21st. Played Gigas. It played Gigas because it played no Clefairy. And it played the 101 Candy Dusknoir thing. What does the candy help with? What does the Dusknoir thing help with in Slowking? What does it help you achieve more than other stuff? Someone asked me about it the other day, and I yeah, I don't know. Bye Shaman. Oh, true. True. Huh. Getting rid of Shaman is quite interesting, actually. You play 4 Stretcher or 1 Ash, is that too much? I think you can get away with 3 Stretcher. I think 3 Stretcher should be fine. Maybe if you're not playing the Clefairy stuff, you might need more. The Budget as well. This is super super combo-y. Super duper combo-y. Any of the decks that we want to take a look at? What was the highest placing Alakazam? Was it a Took build? King Heracross's Dragapult. Zoroark. Yeah, nothing too crazy. Just playing Zoroark. So this Alakazam played an Elgium, 1 Hammer, 2 Fans, 2 Nighttime Mines. Is that enough to beat Dragapult? Can you beat Dragapult with Elgium, double Nighttime Mine, double fan? Maybe with the double fan you can. I can't remember what Keris. I can't remember the exact counts of what Keris played. Yeah, Keris had all mine. I remember that. Did she play handheld fans? She did. Okay. And she played Elgium and Dedenne and Double E Hammer. I remember that. Would Rust Syndicate be good here? Potentially. I think Alakazam probably has to go down a controlling route. And I think it maybe needs to forget about the Toucan stuff. I don't think there's enough Rocky fighting energy for it to be necessary. Right, there's one last thing I just wanted to double check quickly in the day 1 metagame. Okay, right. Let's head back to play some Zoroark, and I'm going to update my list to look a lot more like this one. Four of those, 2 of those, one 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 of those. Didn't play Budgie. Okay. Sure. Did play an extra one of these. Alright, put a Berry in here. Full tome, only 2 Ultra Ball, 2 of those. Ruffian obviously goes. Berry. We definitely lost 2 games with this deck. Alrighty. Could they just play Ruffian? Yeah, probably. I guess Ruffian doesn't help against Dragapult is the thing. Me first. That's a great top deck. That's a great top deck. Zoroark. Boss. Black Belt. Boss, Black Belt. We'll go here. Okay, it is Grim. They discarded their Shaman. Should Zoro entertain Max Belt to get through Excadrill? It's the only alternate line than playing Babiri for 2-shotting. You can also use Darmanitan's backdraft. So I don't think it needs to, because you can 2-shot one and then backdraft the second. Or you can backdraft one and then deal with the second in other ways. Or take your other 3 in other ways. I think we just Serrano for these 3, right? Trying to check out what these last 2 prizes are. Oh, it's just double tome. It's just double tome. Hmm. We're gonna play 2 Stretcher. I kind of don't want to use this Meowth. We'll have 3 Zoros out. We hit a Lily anyway. That's bust. That's busted. Now what are we discarding? Now things get weird. Probably the Dark, right? Oh, every single one of these cards is good. Every single one of these cards is good. If I'd done this properly, what I should have done is gone into a different one and ends castled back into this one so I don't take the poison tick. Is actually what I should have done here. Okay, I did get the Shaman back. That's fine. It's all good. We shouldn't really need the Mochi. We did hit double tone. Okay, we hit Zekrom. We don't need this berry in this matchup. We won't need Tatsu, I don't think. If I draw second tome here, I should discard Zekrom. I can always discard Zekrom with the Ultra Ball. If I draw second tome. Let me get second tome. So I need to put the Zekrom down. I really wanted to get Monkey down this turn. But we can't. We can't. I think we should put Zekrom in. I think we should put Zekrom down and hit. I want to get rid of the poison though, right? So we do it this way. I think I keep the No, I don't need to keep the dark around. I don't think we're at Panic Stations not having Monkey down yet, but probably will be soon. We should be able to time it so that this Shaman... Well, it depends whether they start... Like, they're going to be in a weird spot whether they... Wow, they've put second Frostlass down. They must be just be going, like, full-on Frostlass Monkey against me. Are they protecting the Shaman? They should protect the Shaman here, right? They're protecting the Monkey. That feels weird. That feels weird. I think I'm just bossing the Monkey this turn. Pretty sure I'm just bossing the Monkey. There's our second tome, so we can, as long as we can get Monkey into the bin, which we can. I think PP Up is our worst card here. Okay, we even hit the... Wait, is Monkey prize? No, it's not. We have to put the Petch in the bin. Or we have to swap the Petch out. Which is a bit weird, but it's fine. So we're bossing this up. We're just going to let them keep ticking down their own Shaman. That's why I'm going to need the Darumaka around. So we trade away the Monkey. We then tome out the Monkey. Attach to the Monkey. I just want to put all the damage on because I want my Monkey to be safe. And then we can just Night Joker copy Shred. And then the Frostlass Pings will tick that down, we'll go down to 2. And then theoretically we can just boss KO both of these next turn. Going second Frostlass there definitely felt risky from them. Red card Lily, they can get KO here, obviously. If they get Candy Grim. If they do get Candy Grim, we are in a bit of a spot. Okay, we just need to find Stretcher for game now then. Stretcher for game. There were 2 at the bottom, so we're going to shuffle with the power pad, with the Pokepad first. So double Stretcher plus Secret Box get us game here. I should have Lily, right? That's going to be the most. I'm going to see the most cards this way. There's the Stretcher. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, I think them going double there was a bit risky. It just gave me way too much damage to play with, right? Gave me way too much damage to play with. Mulligan from us. 1 mull from us. We'll start Monkey Dory. Not a bad hand. We can Puffin out 2. We've got Zoro already. Abra. Is this a trapping matchup? This might be a trapping matchup. This I play with Zoroark is almost identical to this one, but play 1 Stretcher and 2 Monkey Dories. Once you feel like you have a read in the deck, would you mind letting me know what you think is better? I can think. The reason why my gut says 2 Stretcher is just because your attackers are so important. If your opponent can like boss KO your Zekroms over and over, it's a bit of an issue. But we do have tomes now, which helps for sure. Tomes definitely help. Where's my list? Yeah, that's all standard. That's all standard. So I've only managed to see 2 of those. 2 of the cards I was looking for so far. Yeah, we'll go here. Did we beat the Grimithy Snarlington? Yes, we did. We did indeed. Let's go. Do they have shame in themselves? Don't currently. I'd imagine this is just Dunce, Kadabra, Alakazam. Maybe Dunce to Dunce, Alakazam. Abracadabra, Alakazam. So both Picky Peck and Abra can be a bit annoying in this matchup, and Alakazam can be a bit annoying in this matchup. Start being an Ultra Ball. I really like this. I don't like that at all. I really don't want a Meowth in this matchup. I really don't want a Meowth in this matchup. Prize 2 Zoro, okay. Maybe because we've Prize 2 Zoro, we do have to Meowth. And we just have to Mochi it off the board. Surprised Petch. So we're going to have to attack this turn anyway, so we're not going to be able to retreat this turn anyway. Attack. We're going to have to attach this turn anyway, so we're not going to be able to attack this turn anyway. So we might as well Meowth. And we're just going to have to tome into an attacker, basically. There's already a dark in there, right? So we don't need to put a dark in there. We hit our tomes. No boss KO. That's the big thing, right? We don't want to get boss KO'd. I'm happy them taking 1. We don't want them taking 2. Pad for Dunsparce. It wouldn't be that hard for them to get the boss KO, to be fair. Hilda is great, though. Hilda is great for us. We do only play 1 special red card, so we only have 1 reset. We do only have 1 reset. Okay, energy to the bench. Do they have second Kadabra or do they have Candy Alakazam? Or do they have neither? I know we have double tome, but we have so many cards. I'm hoping we can draw into double tome again. We did not. Ooh. Okay. We need this trade to draw us into double tome. Alas. Alas. Scary thing is, now they probably do get a double KO. Now they do probably get a boss KO. Well, there's nothing we can do. I still think we can win, but it's going to be hard now. It's going to be real hard now. Trying to work out what we could have done differently this game. Like, how have we ended up with this weird board? I felt like we had to Meowth. I really feel like we had to Meowth that random turn. We started Monkey, which isn't good in this matchup. We had nothing to draw, so we had the Tatsu, but we whiffed, so the Tatsu looked really bad. And because we whiffed, we then had the Meowth. But I drew into the Tatsu, right? Maybe I should have just, I can't remember, but if I had Ultra Ball and Tatsu in hand, maybe I should have just Ultra Ball the Tatsu for guaranteed Meowth and save a space. With only one red card, though, this is going to be pretty impossible, I think. We needed to start attacking like 3 turns ago, basically. I guess I also got double zero out before properly checking my prizes. Is there a boss in there? There is. I can still see a way we can do it. But it's not pretty. And we still need to hit double tomes this turn, and we still need to hit double tomes and Darmanitan this turn. Is Darmanitan even in here? There's 1 tome. Let's do all the things that we definitely know we need to do. We need to do this. We need to do this. We need to do this to get this guy back and evolve. Need hit tome plus Darmanitan. I don't know whether Darmanitan's in here even. I feel like I definitely didn't prize check properly this game. Don't think we can Yveltal trap anything. Fez helps. Secret box will also help. How many? I've used 2. Okay. So secret box away Lily, Babiri Berry, Mochi. Is Dom in here? Okay, it is. I'm not going crazy. I'm still worried. I'm still worried. We snipe that one. They KO us with this. We snipe that one again and red card. So we can take the 2 here, but I think we're actually meant to hit this one. I tomed the wrong thing. I should have tomed this. Well, it's kind of weird. Oh, now we just lose anyway. Now we just lose anyway, I think. Well, not necessarily. Not necessarily. But probably. Okay, now we lose because they play Eri. I think we can. I think that's winnable. I definitely think that's winnable, but we just messed our board up. This deck takes so much thinking. It's very difficult to play. This deck takes a lot of thinking. I don't think we have drops, by the way. I should take this out of the title. Because I don't believe we have drops. Tatsels fails you. Oh, what a hand. What a hand. Not a good hand. It's not a good what a hand. It's a pretty bad what a hand. That's good. Prize double Zoroark. So we prized 2 Zoroark last game. We prized 2 Zoroark this game. And a pal pad. And a PP up. Didn't see what the last one was. It's another Grim. Another Grimacy Snarl. Ah. This doesn't look good. This doesn't look good. They are at least having a slow start as well, ish. No candy. But we do need to top deck right now. Probably Serrano or Lily. So there's 6 outs, I think. 4 Zoroarks would also count. I'll take 10. 2 Ultra Balls, 11, 12. I'll take 12 outs in a 44 card deck. That's 25%. Probably a Tome. Okay. 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 Oh, game. Game. Thought we're playing a good deck. Yeah. Certainly not one of those. I think this deck is so good, but I cannot play it to save my life. If I had some jelly, I might do a bit better. I'd love some jelly. I'd love some jelly right now. There is a way we can KO this Grimmsnarl next turn still, even with this board state. But we do need to draw some pretty good cards to be able to do so. Actually, no, we don't. We only need to find... We only need to find... No. We need to find Monkey Dory and... We need to find Monkey Dory and Ends PP and Zoro to be able to get there. Do I want a Serrano? I need 2 EXs definitely, or I want 2 EXs definitely. But it takes away my out to being able to Lily. But we already have a lot of the pieces. Let's trade once. Let's trade a dark, because we need to trade a dark. Okay. Now I think we try and Lily into it. We see 8 cards from the Lily, 9, 10, 11 with the Fairs to find another Zoroark to find us 12, 13. And we just need... And we still need a lot, but... Flying Ryan, how you doing? That's the Zoro. And we have the Zekrom. Or I can just attach... PP up, pay retreat, and hit this for 190. Oh no, I won't hit for 190 because I don't have patch. Should I only be doing 250, and that's probably not enough. But we can then potentially snipe something. Oh, we also have the castle. Okay, so we have the castle, so I don't need to do that. We have the castle, so I don't need to do that. I can just trade first. Okay, does Secret Box get us there? No, because we need 2 Pokemon. We need Ultra Ball and... we need Petch and... Monkey Dory. So Box doesn't get us there either. But Box does put a lot more pressure on. Box does make me put a lot more pressure on. What do I Ultra Welling away? We've already had one tome go, right? So we can bin off the other tome. So we've bin off Tone and Bibiri for Monkey Dory. Move 30. No, we're not on the Drapion build. Sishnips, how you doing? You're going to get to see some terrible, terrible Zoro gameplay today, Sishnips. This game makes my brain hurt. This deck makes my brain hurt. So it goes to 40. We do another 250. It goes to 290. Goes to 300, 310. They move 30 off. And then put 10 on, 20 on. No Polo either, no. I think the 30 damage doesn't matter on this Grim. So I think I would rather put it on the Monkey. The only reason I said I don't think it mattered is because I want to try and snipe with Darmanitan anyway at some point. It's one of, if not the hardest decks in the last few years. Oh yeah, 100%. 100%. It definitely is. But that doesn't mean I'm not embarrassed to play it in front of someone who's very good friends with the person who is really good at playing it. But the only way I'm going to get better at playing it is by playing it, right? We need a binnable card here. We need a binnable card here. Could also get better by getting coaching. Yeah. There's lots of ways of improving, but I guess the point I was stressing more was I'm not going to get better by not playing the deck. If I'm not sure how to play the deck, I shouldn't be scared of playing the deck. I should learn to play the deck. But yeah, there are lots of ways of being able to improve. They're going double frost last. The last person that went double frost last against us, I definitely think that was a mistake. I definitely think they made a mistake when they went double frost us against us. Now they're bossing. Boss KO Fairs. Oh, I guess they're just racing now, right? Yeah. I guess they're just racing now. Race, race, race. I don't see how we get this one over the line now. I do not see how we get this one over the line now. Oh, we don't even get to flip. Silly me. Yeah, we were too far behind that game. Prizing double Zorua really didn't help. Difference for sure, but some decks starting and learning the theory and lines in gameplay, while getting reps can be more efficient. Yeah, for sure. This only plays one monkey. I wasn't able to flip because I died in between turns. Fez was KO'd in between turns, so nothing was actually KO'd on the opponent's last turn, so Fez didn't. Therefore, Fez's condition was not active. Okay, we have triple Zorua here, which is good. Got Zorua prized. Got a Zoro prized. Got a Lily prized. Got a Buddy Puffin prized. Black belt. I'm actually going to do this. Because we already have Petch plus energy and all that good stuff. So we basically just need Zoroark next turn to definitely get a KO. And if we high roll into Zoro plus Darmanitan, we definitely have a KO. And potentially another KO on top of that. A nice Darmanitan top deck here. Okay. Zoro heads you've spoken to say Darm is bait versus Pole. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, that's what we like to see. That's what we like to see. That's what we like to see. We found the easy bit, not the hard bit. No, we found the hard bit, not the easy bit. Do I want to even evolve into this Darmanitan? If I evolve into this Darmanitan, it gets KO'd. I need a Stretcher plus Tomes to get it back. But it does keep it safer. I mean, I'm not worried next turn. I think I don't. I'm not going to... I shouldn't. I shouldn't get hand disrupted. I am going to put the Tatsu down in case I do get hand disrupted. I shouldn't get hand disrupted. Scratch. I'm getting stamped. I really hope not. I really hope I'm not getting stamped. I might be getting candied. Okay, I'm not getting candied. That's fine. Let's go. Oh yeah, I could be getting dragon headbutted. Purloin. Purloin would have found my dark types, but it wouldn't have got me the KO. But if we're going to get stamped, we shouldn't have taken the KO. Do you find Zoroark kind of bricky sometimes? No more than most other decks. You feel it more with Zoro because you're punished more for your decisions, like when you discard certain cards and stuff like that. So you feel it more with Zoro. But I don't think you brick more with Zoro or anything. I think it's more that you're more punished for your decisions when playing Zoro. Okay, no stamp. I think the best card we can probably hit off of Tatsu here is Serrano. Well, we hit Secret Box, so we have Serrano guaranteed if we want it. Poffin for the Zoro. Let's see if we hit it first. We didn't. We hit Lily. Oh, we're always doing this. We're always doing this. We're always doing this. Secret Box away. Poffin boss Lily feels weird. Do I want a Fairs? Do I want a Fairs? I think I do want a Fairs. Sure, should have swapped Tatsu for second Zoro. I guess we could have actually, yeah. Interesting. What would we have got rid of in that hand instead? Probably just the Lily. We just get rid of the Lily at that point and say we don't need the Lily anymore. Yeah, maybe we could have binned off the Lily. The sacred texts. They are pretty sacred. Tatsu's heavily in the way in monkey matchups. As in, you just don't have the board space to be able to Tatsu as well as Monkey, and Monkey's better, so... against... Do you mean, like, where you need Monkey or where you're against Monkey? Or both? It's definitely a bit of a liability against Dragapult, for sure. Did I keep wins and losses of all the decks I've played with? No. I started keeping wins and losses as of last week, but only like one stream last week. Oh, he's got a cape. That's good. Jack was using sushi, using a fork. So yeah, I haven't kept track of everything. I kept track of stuff pre the set coming out, and then like last week I started keeping track again. But I only did it for one stream, so I've only kept track of like one thing. But I am gonna try and do it for all of like when Delta Rain comes out. I'm gonna try and keep track of like everything for sure. So far it's between this, my 1-4 record with Zoroark, or Lucario. Lucario went 11-4 last week when I played it. I mean, I could find how I'd done based on the deck stats, right? I could find how I've done based on the deck stats. We played some Raging Bolt last week. That did pretty good. I might play some more Raging Bolt this week. Playing Zoro on stream is punishment. This is because someone said they wanted to see some Zoro, so this is I'm a man of the people. I never promised them good Zoro gameplay though. I only promised them Zoro gameplay. We could just boss KO the Drakloak. And try and pull together a boss KO Fez angle. We're not going to get stamped, but we are probably going to get red carded. So I am going to need to use these tomes now. I'm going to need to use these tomes now. We can get rid of the Petch, right? Because we can always stretch the Petch back. I'd rather keep the Tatsugiri around because we definitely need to find boss next turn. Whereas we don't necessarily need Petch. So I think I replace the Petch with Zekrom. Have I tried the Fluttermane Cape build? No, I haven't. I can't say that I have. Oh, someone else has the same thing. No, I haven't. This is the first Zoro I've really played. This is where it feels horrible to not play Reshi. Yeah, I could see putting a Reshi in here for sure. Did I see the Greninja Dustmar thing that went 10-1 in online 20? No, I didn't. Which tournament did it do well in? Man of the People, Tamu 99 wants to see Yanmega, I heard. I am probably post-Worlds going to start one of my streams a week being like a chat submits deck stream. I think. What can possibly go wrong? Cape feels not great with 2 prize liabilities. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Cape in Pulp, but... Okay, Judges... Slightly worse than Red Card? No, considerably worse than Red Card. Considerably worse than Red Card. So what do we need? We need just boss, right? That's all we need. We do lose if we don't hit it, though. Okay. We've gone through 3 tomes, right? Yeah. Well, we lost. Pretty sure we lost. We're basically going to have to do something with Clutch here, right? If we're ever going to win this game now. And we still just lose to boss. Yeah, we still lost. Yeah, we have boss anyway. Trap Fez with Yveltal next turn. We lose, my friend. We're dead. We're gone. They've just taken 6 prizes. Did I miss something? Are we not? Could we have done something last turn? Have I missed something? I'm pretty sure we just insta lost when we missed boss, right? There's a lot of people saying like plays I could have made, but I don't know whether I missed something. But I don't think I could have done any of those plays, right? Why do I not play Reshiram? This is just a list that did well this weekend that doesn't play Reshiram. I don't generally change decks too much if I'm just borrowing the list to learn about them. It probably should play Reshiram, but... Sorry, chat, I'm just sorting something out at the moment. Bear with me. Bear with me. Yeah, I'm sure there were lots of little things for sure. I meant specifically that with those 4 turns. Yeah, I didn't want to boss the Mr. Soda King said it. I didn't want to boss the Fez that turn because the one free prize could have disappeared. So I wanted to do it that way around to guarantee the 1 prize. Sorry, chat. Give me 1 second. Early game we got rid of a tome, which we shouldn't have done. Okay. Okay. That was a pretty good game to VOD review. VOD reviewing is definitely good for improving. One of the biggest things that I don't like about VOD reviewing is it's really difficult to then see like what would have changed if you'd improved, because as soon as Lily, right, it can like I can never resolve that situation, so I'm never gonna be able to see what actually changes. That's the only thing that I struggle with VOD reviewing. Is it's all hypothetical. You can't like. So say discarding that. Say discarding that tome was wrong. As soon as I Lily, my deck is never going to be the same again, right? I mean, I guess I can say like whatever card I would have discarded becomes my Lily instead, becomes the tome instead, but like don't get me wrong, it is 100% a very, very good technique for improving, and don't let me sway you, chat, in terms of thinking it's a bad strategy or whatever. It's very, very good for improving your game. That is just one reason why I struggle to do it. Story games are often so complicated, it never comes down to one specific play that would have turned the game. Try to avoid doing a mental review based on memories. That's for sure. Yeah. For sure. You won a 1K cash cup last weekend with Bolt. Nice, Pioneer Summer. Pioneer Summoner. That's some good stuff. Congrats. Went through a gauntlet of 3 Worlds invitees. Well, you got there. That's good stuff. Good job. So, I think I discard the Zek from here because it's the only extra card I have. I might need a black belt for KOing Megas. I don't dislike KOing the thingy if I can boss. I don't necessarily need boss, but I think Zekrom's still the discard here. I think I do this because I can play all of these cards. I'm trying to talk through all of my decisions now, so people can hopefully help decide whether I'm making good or bad ones. We could trade the Fairs, but I don't really like trading the Fairs because I want to keep my hand size low, right? In case they go Mega. We're already at risk of things going wrong here. I think we just buddy for nothing. I think we buddy for nothing, put Zekrom down pass. This is not a Dharm match, we shouldn't let you get value for it. Okay, that's good to know. I think in theory this should be a pretty good matchup, right? If he has 2 Megas in play at the same time, you do use it though. To avoid them wallying, I guess, yeah. Now it's a Dharm matchup. Now I need to be a bit scared of how many thingies I have in hand, right? How many cards I have in hand. Yeah, there's only one black belt. Maybe I was meant to keep the boss, so we can try and trap something. If we get rid of the Darumaka and hit Tome, we can Flame Body Cannon this turn. Or we can just put the Darumaka down and Flame Body Cannon next turn and have another 2 turns to try and draw Tome. We have 7 cards in hand. We're going down to 6, up to 8. We'll put the Ends Castle down. That'll take us to 7. We'll bench the Darumaka. We'll attach. We'll always be under. Let me split the energy. We can just attach the berry anywhere, it doesn't matter. That's how we stay under. Next turn we should be able to Darmanitan. We Lily, Darmanitan. We can hopefully thin the hand down. You also don't hate swinging there. Just swinging for 250 and then sniping afterwards. Yeah, I can see that. Okay, now we get 1,000,000 cards. Now we get 1,000,000 cards. Do we want 1,000,000 cards? Or do we just... I kind of don't want 1,000,000 cards, right? Because they can just pay retreat, Wally, hit me, KO, and then they've only got 1 prize left. So I still need to be under 5. I still need to have 5 cards at the end of this turn. I need to have 5 cards at the end of this turn. But I need a better hand than this. think I want to hold the stadium. I think I'd rather do it like this. It's going to be hard not to have 6 cards after the first KO. Yeah. Oh yeah, we knew they had Kieran. I should have played the stadium. We knew they had Kieran. Yeah, we knew they had Kieran. So I need to stamp them, basically. Not stamp. What's it called? Red card them. There's the red card. And then theoretically try and get below 6 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 8, 7, 6. 5. 4. I can't remember how many playables we have in deck. Let's find out. Four is the same as 5, right? 4 is the same as 5. Well, we did it. I mean, I can tell they've got me by the emotes. I can tell they've got me by the emotes. Was it ever boss Lopunny? I don't think so, because we lose to the same stuff, right? We always lose to boss either way. I type before I think sometimes. I think I didn't update this right. We're now 1 and 6. Hee. Tanking. I'm tanking. Chat, I'm tanking. Okay. Good hand. We have Poffin and Serrano. They were Norwegian. Okay. We have an ends PP up prized. We have 3 energy prized. Zoroark, ends PP up, 3 energy. The secret box. Zoro. Okay. Oh, it might have been Yveltal, actually. Did I see Yveltal? I can't remember. I can't remember. I've got Yveltal. I've got the list open now, so I can hopefully scan a bit quicker. Oh, it's just secret box. I think Dark Energy is the most important card for us to draw here. Because every turn that we don't get Dark Energy, we can't stop. We can't stop this Budgie. This isn't good. We do have 3 prized, so it's not too likely for us to find it. Energy. I think I'm lilying, right? I want a lot of these cards in my hand, so I don't really know what to pitch. Unless I'm pitching the Lily. I could probably bin the Meowth. Okay, there's a dark. Do we just want to clutch to KO this budgie? Do we just want to clutch to KO this budgie? I think I do. I imagine there's so many people screaming at me in the comments right now. Don't scream at me, I'm sorry. I don't feel like this is a Darumaka matchup either. I feel like we're just... Well, I feel like it is, but we're too late for it, right? Maybe we're not. I can put it down anyway. I can put it down to bait. They are kind of bricking. So we might be able to get away with this. Don't know if it's correct, but after book, you just bin the Dharm as soon as possible. As in, you discard the Darumaka, like, rather than playing it naturally. I haven't played that much Zoro post rotation, so don't trust me on that. Okay. A lot of the cards he's searching for are starting to scare me. I'm also pretty pleased he's put us back on even prizes. I think I'm pretty pleased about that. It's got to be the boss that goes here, right? It's got to be the boss that goes. We need Petch to be able to KO this with black belt stuff. think we just put as much damage on the board as possible. Buddy for Tatsu. We could have Buddy for Tatsu, but I'm worried about putting more low HP stuff on the board. Because if they KO this Zoroark and there's a Tatsu down, they just need to KO like one Zoroark, right? Whereas at the moment they need to go through all of this stuff, like these guys as well. That's not going to be hard with Dust Noir, though. I guess we should have put something down so that we can tome back into Darumaka, because now they can take out our Zoroark and our Zekrom, and now we won't have any basics to tome into Darumaka. Man, this deck is so hard to play. This deck is so hard to play. I just don't. It just doesn't compute in my head. The Yveltal KO was sus. I think them going active here is way better for us than if they'd gone Zekrom. I was really worried. But I think them going active here actually means there's still a win con for me here. It's a tenuous one. It is a really tenuous one. But I think there's a win con. That's not going to help, though. We can do it, though. We have 0 win cons? No, we can win this turn. I can technically win this turn. Right, because if I can tome into Darumaka, evolve into Darmanitan, and find PP, I can snipe for 3 prizes. I think this has to find Lilia, though. We've used 1. I think this has to find Lily. Okay, now I think we can't do it unless we... Well, we can hit Lily here, but I think it's too late now if we hit Lily here. Man, this deck is really hard to play. This deck is really hard to play. And I think what's worse is I think it makes me look like a terrible Pokemon player, because people just come into the stream and see that I'm 1 and 7. They're like, why the hell would you watch this guy? Why have you watching guys 1 and 7? My brain is thumping. Could have had a better run if I wasn't smurfing on Lucario last week. Hey, Lucario was smashing it. Yeah, I know Elo's too high, so I'm playing against too many good people. I had a lot of respect for a lot of very good people in this game, but I have even more respect for them after trying to figure this deck out. I was going to take this to League this week. That's not happening. That's not happening. Doesn't help that you keep queuing into Pult. I thought this was meant to be decent against Pult. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought this was meant to be pretty good against Pult, though. Yeah, but it's a hard matchup to pilot. I see. I see. I see. It's the kind of deck I would love to take to a tournament, but I don't think I ever would be able to. Where did you get the list? I think it was the second place list. From the day 2 of Tournament of Doom this weekend. I think it was the second place list from day 2 of there was like 180 person tournament yesterday. And I'm pretty sure it was just the list from there. But I did some testing with Joe over the weekend, and it felt pretty close to what we were playing. I must admit we were playing Reshiram in the list that we tested this weekend. We were playing Reshiram in the list that we tested this weekend, so that is definitely a difference. I'd love an energy card, please, deck. I would love an energy card. Oh my god, give me an energy. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I have no idea what. I guess the Burberry Berry is probably the card that I like that would normally be cut for. Like, is the extra card right? I think they usually just pay 2 mochi, so I think Burberry Berry is probably like the extra card, which would be my Reshiram. But again, I just wanted to try the Burberry Berry, hoping I'd run into some extra drills. I haven't run into any extra drills, just lots of pults where Resh would have been really good. Burial, maybe a Veltor. We have to hit Dark Energy this time, right? There we go. There we go. Yveltal is very common, but still attack. Okay. This feels so gross. What are they looking for here? What are they digging for? Well, I'm just done, right? I am just done here. I guess I have to attack with this one again, so I'm not, but it feels like I'm pretty much done for here. Oh, no, I needed the tome. I needed the tome. Man, I suck at playing this deck. Oh my god. I needed the tome. I'm an idiot. There's the other tome. Oh well. I can heal the Petrus Monkey. I don't think I can because of this, right? I don't think this works. Yeah, it doesn't work. Oh, and I can't even attack. Oh. Oh, God. I think I need 20 minutes of a different deck. I think I'm gonna play something different. Oh, have you never seen that card before? Ems, how you doing? Welcome in here. We have tanked our Elo today. We have tanked it. Use it with Pile of the Month. I at least know how to play this deck, though. It might be a worse deck objectively, but I do at least know how to play this deck. Though, admittedly, it's got a terrible, terrible, terrible matchup into other one prize decks, so I'm probably going to lose this one as well. No, we don't think like that. We don't think like we're going to lose. We don't think like we're going to lose. We don't have a defeatist mindset out here. Never know, the opponent's list plays Burnett, so there is hope. We didn't get KO'd. Which means we can win, because we can take the first prize here. Take Candy Boss. The only awkward thing is going to be dealing with the legacy energy. We still might not win because we have to deal with legacy energy. Yeah, we could still lose because we have to deal with legacy. We have to go through legacy this way. We've prized second boss. Okay, there's the boss. It basically entirely depends on how early they end up attaching legacy as to whether we win this game. I think. I'm pretty sure that's all it's really down to. I really want Crispin this turn so I can attach to the Fairs, I think. I think Crispin is what I want this turn. Do I want a Noctowl for it is the question. We can Noctowl for Crispin Poffin. That feels fine. Actually, no, this doesn't really work, does it? Because we now don't have two different energy in the deck, so we still can't Crispin to Fairs at any point. So it doesn't actually work. We can only make 4 2 cannons, so we are going to have to make an attacker. We'll attach one to Fez. We might need to weave another Fan Rotom attack in at some point, though. They're going to start to chain attacks way quicker than we are. Way quicker than we are. We've prized out other candy as well, which is also really awkward. I think I want the energy in the deck so that I can somehow maybe weave a Crispin in if we ever get hand disrupted. Okay, fine, we'll draw an energy. That works for me. Okay. No, there's no hand disruption. I'd like to put a red card in. Okay, there's the legacy. I think that probably means we lose. I think the legacy's come down early enough that means we lose. What do you think about Pikachu as the Terror, so it can't get knocked out easily? I think it can get knocked out pretty easily still. Because of all of the random random damage counter placement there is in the game right now. But also, people very rarely actually gust the Terrors because they have to be dealing with the 2-cannon a lot of the time. We've just... Oh, come on, game. Okay, there is a world where we can still do this. There is a world where we can still do this. It's just hard. Very hard. Okay, that's the end of the stream today. We're playing Black Belt in this deck now, apparently. Oh. Yeah, I think that's me done for today, chat. We're ending 9 minutes early, but I think my temperament has been tested. And it's time to stop playing Pokemon for the evening. Okay, tomorrow I was gonna play some Zoro Greninja. I'm not gonna play Zoro Greninja anymore. I'm gonna let someone in chat suggest what we play tomorrow at the start of the stream. I'll probably tweet out saying we're gonna take some suggestions for what we're gonna play on stream tomorrow. Some Bunny. We could play some Bunny. I'll put a tweet out asking for people to comment what they want to see on stream tomorrow, and we'll play something from the suggestions, I think. But yeah, today's been tough on my mental for sure. Thoughts on Cynthia's Garchomp for World? It's within our top 10. I think it's one of the top 10 decks in the game right now. I think it's got a pretty good matchup spread around it. It's scared of a couple of things, has to tech for a couple of things. But yeah, it's definitely a top 10 deck right now, I think. Yeah, today has definitely tested our temperament. Our 11-4 record last week with Lucario has been entirely wiped out by our 1-9 record with Zoroark today. But that's okay. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll play something new. Nice little mental reset. And yeah, thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. Let's go and find someone to send you all over to. Who is about? Let's go. Let's go raid Pityverse. Alrighty, thanks so much for tuning in. I will be live 2 p.m. UK time tomorrow for some more PCG Live. Thanks, everybody. See you all soon. Have a good evening, everybody.